fix the latency. As you can see, I have a lot of different colors out here. Different brands, some markers. I don't know why I can't do things just simply. Just color one color. No, there's like 5 colors involved in this. But anyhow, my husband decided to go with a red train. I asked him if he wanted blue, red, or green. And I went out to the interwebs and found a steam train that I liked. And I put it in this app, and I will show you this app. It's called Colored Pencil Picker. You can put in, you just click on the set that you want, and right now it's just got Prismas, Caran d'Ache, Polychromos, Derwent, Arteza. I'm not sure if that's the older one or the newer one, but anyhow, I wish that it had some of the new things, but maybe they'll add that. And also I can just convert. I decided to pick the Prismas and load a picture. Sorry about that. And pick the train. And when I zoomed in on the darkest part, you can see there's Crimson Lake and Black. And as you go up, sorry about that, you get Tuscan Red, Black, Poppy. And here this bar has got peach and purple in it. And so it kind of makes it not simple, right? I'm just going to point and that will be the picture. That will be the color. The shadows got French gray and whatever. But it is a neat program if you really need to find at least a base color. See this part, you can see it's got some blue in there. But I kind of went with, okay, well, I like Tuscan Red. Let's kind of stick with that. And maybe some henna and terracotta colors. And then just add a little bit of lighter color in there. So it's kind of fun and frustrating at the same time. I just clicked out of that, sorry. So yeah, and you can get the free version, which gives you, if there's 3 colors, it'll only give you 2. And then you've got to watch a video of another app, I guess, to get the 3rd color. And then if you happen to move to another place with 3 different colors, you got to watch another video. So I just bought, bless you, my dog is sneezing. That's like, is that 5 times? Are you okay? Goodness, Sydney. Are you done? Poor babe. Something got in her nose. Yeah, so I think if you've got these pencil sets, they're worth getting because you can, I guess you can even convert, kind of convert. Let's see, here's the 120 polys. That is a little frustrating. You got to choose that color or the picture again. But this will tell you there's dark red and black, warm red violet, Indian red. That would be the henna, I guess. So yeah, that's a neat app. I've got to see if anybody's watching me. Might be. Okay. Sometimes, for some reason, I can't see the live chat unless I go to my phone. All right. Oh, in a minute I'll go and get the carousel. I finished the carousel and I thought it came out pretty well. So we're going to work on the train, the first part of the train. There are 3 pieces to the train. If I can find the other one, the other 2. So you've got the steam part, the engine, and you've got the train carriage class, first class, and the carriage economy class. And these 2 are pretty similar here in the base, but they're a little different up here. So my goal is to finish this, and I'm just gonna use markers, even though it might be a little challenging, and I may use some pencils for shading. Don't fall. I'm unsure about some of these marker colors I've picked, but we will see. Well, we will see. All right, this is the darker part, and so I thought I would use that at the bottom. Might have been, this is so tedious, it might have been easier to just color it with pencils. Yeah, the pencil set that I wanted to use on it was the new one I got, which I did a first impressions video yesterday. Sorry, that was my alarm going off. It's the Artex 126. And I have used them somewhat on this paper. This is cardstock, by the way. It is the Astro Bright, which is like the Nina paper. And of course, alcohol markers are going to bleed. There's no getting around to that, no matter what you use. But you can use a little bit of watercolor. You can use a little bit of paint on this. You just got to be careful not to use too much water, because the black lines might come off. Now, some people say, I've heard some colorists say to let the paper sit for a day. They call it curing, and then it will less likely do that. I have not tested that because I just print it out and use it as I go. Okay, I'm going to go above this part with this darker color, and then go to my next color, which, oh, I'm sorry, I didn't tell you what that one was. This is called Old Red R7, and this is Geranium R8. I'm fairly new to using markers, so I use them for backgrounds, but as the main thing, boy, that is just, my right hand shakes, so you probably can tell that. It's hard to do a, just a, you know, I think I'll go all the way up with that red. Yeah, my hand shakes. It's okay. Still make it work. Okay, so there's our red on that side. Now let's go back to the other side. See these wheels, you're supposed to be able to see the rest of the train underneath. I'm not sure that I want to do that. I may just want to color this whole thing solid. So I think maybe I'll just stick with that. This is one of my Ohuhu pins, markers, that doesn't have the bullet point, which this would have been really good for. Hey Michael, thanks for coming. I'm working on a train today. And my husband picked out the color. He wanted it to be red, a dark red. And mostly I'm using markers to save time. Oh, that's not very good, is it? I guess it's saving time, but I feel like it's not easy using this brush tip to get into really close quarters there. All right, I got that. I want to try this. Look, have you ever gone for a pencil and you were gonna go grab it and you pull it up and it's a completely different pencil? It's just, all right, I'm taking this Mayan Violet from the Artex pencil set, and I'm going to kind of make a better transition from the darker red to the lighter red. And testing out these pencils on top of alcohol markers. Looks pretty good. I'm kind of tired today. I didn't sleep well, or didn't start out sleeping well. I had a hard time getting to sleep. A lot of things are in my mind. But I did finally go to sleep, and I slept a little later, which helped, but I'm pretty tired today. Now let's work on, this is where it gets tricky. I think my darkest gray. Oh, that's green gray. I don't really want that. It's red gray. Might not be too bad. I don't really like that. That's a green gray. Oh, that's not terrible. I just need, I need the pointy, the bullet point side, so that I can make the spokes dark. And then the middle part. How are you? All right, so I'll be doing that all the way around, and then where did my light gray go? This one. So in the picture, the wheels are white, the outside of them. So I thought I would try that, but use a gray instead, like this one's 20% warm gray. I don't know, I just felt like maybe that's a good one. And I want to make that darker, so I'm going to use the black of the Artex pens. I'm not sure why I keep wanting to say Arteza. This may be a little tedious. But all I got is time. Good. Glad you're doing well. Whoops. Got to use that other over there. And the picture shows like all the inside of the wheel is behind the spokes is all black. Just about all black. And so I'm not sure what to use for that. I don't want to go all black because the spokes are already black. And so I thought I'd go with kind of a dark gray, I guess. That's pretty good. Remember to like and share my page, because we're going to have a drawing when I hit 500 subscribers for Rooms of Wonder. Probably a lot of people have that already. All right, I'm going to use the silver of the Artex on this part right here, and then go back and put in some darks and some lights. Oh, I went over. You know how some days you just don't care about, I went out of the lines. I mean, I usually don't care too much if I go out of the lines, but today is extra don't care. And then I can take the darker gray and then come in with the black. This way it kind of looks silver. Don't know. And then I'm gonna try Signo DX. Over part of this. Suppose I could have gone in there and erased some of it. Still can. And then we might put some splotches there. I'm not perfectly good at doing metals yet, but you know, I'm starting to be okay with it. Why did I do that? I don't know. Maybe the mistake will turn out good. Turn out well. How was y'all's weekend? Did you have anything special you plan to do? Or just kind of a typical weekend? There's not a terrible lot of difference between weekends and weekdays for us. My husband works from home, and well, I work from home too. I teach English online to students all over the world. And my classes are blah, blah, blah. Words are hard, as Emily says. Usually those classes are at night. I've got 3 classes later tonight. Although the weekends are a little different. I mean, we watch church, and then we have Steve's dad over on Saturday usually to help Steve with something, just anything that that he might be interested in doing with something on the house, or redoing the attic, or mowing. Right now he's not doing a lot of mowing because it's getting colder and the grass really hasn't grown too much in the last month, which is good. Let me see. I really probably ought to I really need to sharpen this pencil. I haven't tried sharpening these Artex yet. It's much easier to get in tiny spaces when you've got a nice point on your pencil. The Artex pencils are soft, creamy. Some of them I felt like that I had tried on my unboxing and first impressions video. They're very much like Prismas. Some of the colors that I tried, and I think I just tried like maybe 6 or 7, and some of them were strangely, interestingly softer. Sorry for the sound. I use the Tagal. Not always, sometimes I use the Dow 133. Oh, I've spent so long on these wheels. Well, that doesn't look good. Come on, give it a little bit of a try. Have you been on a train before? I've been on one steam train that I can remember. Now, it wasn't entirely steam. There was some oh my goodness, regular engine, you know, battery engine type of thing in it. Was this the one I was using? Trinium. Oh, yeah, okay. I need to work on this spot right here. This is the front of the train. It's going to be metal. I just wonder if I should make that all metal or just this part will make. We went on a train when our daughter was little. It was, if you live in Texas, you likely know where Palestine and Rusk are. And there's a train that goes between the two. You can go on it and stay at the station you went to for about an hour or so, and then you get back on the train and it takes you back to the station you started out at. I'm sorry I'm not like doing this perfectly well. Alright, I'm going to go ahead and cut this out and bend it around a little so that you can at least get an idea. And this did not print down here, so let's take a nice sharp pencil. Nothing ever is simple. I give up. No, don't give up. I think I'm just more impatient when I'm tired and when I'm on camera. Well, it worked well enough. I can see the line. Those little marks right there just mean that you want to glue that, and see all these little marks here. This all means that's where the glue's going to go. And I'll fold this up, but I won't glue it yet. Just want to cut these out. This train might take 3 days, which might actually be fine. Saturday, Monday, and Wednesday. Actually, that would be perfect. And then when we come back from our camping trip, I can try to do the bakery and maybe the toy shop for Christmas. That way I'll give myself a little more time to work on the train. Well, this is a little finicky right here. A little, what is that word the British use? Fiddly? It's fiddly. It's a little fiddly. The fiddly bits. I was finishing up the carousel last night, and the horses on it are so small that they didn't take long at all to color. But if you're using markers, even the fine tip, it's just hard to get into the little spots without it bleeding over into the next section. And then if your pencil isn't sharpened really well, it will just thinking, I don't know, I suddenly thought peppermint shake in my head, and I go, I want a peppermint shake from Chick-fil-A. Anyway, what was I saying? I don't even know. I suppose I could rewind myself and see what I was saying. Well, we're talking about trains, and we're talking about cutting out the fiddly bits. I do have some smaller scissors. It might be a little easier to use on the curves. I don't know why I didn't think about it before. Hey, puppy dog. Hey, puppy dog. Oops, I'm fine. Yeah, so these are curved scissors. Well, now this part I didn't color because it's going to go underneath. Although this part right here, I probably ought to color that. And maybe the other wheels. I'm finding it is much easier to do a live stream than it is to do a video. It feels more natural to me than to do a video. Videos, I feel like I've got to entertain, or not entertain, what's the word I'm looking for? I've got to have a script, kind of. I find myself fumbling over my words a lot and saying and all the time. And if you say it's fine. I'm just saying for me, I don't like to say all the time. And when I'm recording a video and I do not have it scripted to some degree, see, I guess it's just a natural thing in probably any language. I wonder if there's language that doesn't have a word that helps them to continue on to the next word. Like, I'm sure it would sound different in other languages, but maybe not. Maybe everybody goes, and then there's the t, like, sound. And I was finding myself when I was doing my recordings that I would go in there and I would edit the crud out of the video, taking out all the all of the ums and some ands maybe, but mostly ums. And then I was noticing in some people's videos, they say and all the time, and they don't edit them out. And I think, does it bother me to hear that? Not really, because it's more of a natural, you know, and it sounded better when I took them out. It sounded smoother, and I think there are some colorists out there who take those out also. So I don't know. Did the and it bother y'all? Or does it just bother you if it's you that's doing it? You almost got this part. Yeah, I'm gonna do the wheels and the back part here. Goodness, I'm so tired. Why don't you take a nap? I don't like naps. I'd rather just coffee it up until, that sounds terrible. Coffee it up. It sounds like cough it up. I see there's again, I could make this a little simpler. Instead of using the color markers, well, all markers are colored, aren't they? The markers, and just go straight to colored pencil. That'll bypass a step. Oh, I think I'm gonna have to make this one darker. I think I'll just go right over that because I'm gonna make that part black anyway. And that will just make it so much faster. And then I can come back with probably these spokes. It would have been good to use a mark art or a Faber-Castell because they're going to keep their point a little longer. Oops. There's some pencil brands I'm finding that work better for some things and not for others. And that's probably why some colorists I follow will say, I used polychromos, Prismacolors, Artezas on this picture. And I'm thinking, how in the world did you use so many pencils? How do you know? Well, over time, you figure out what works better for what. If you need a beautiful blended sky, you might not want to use Faber-Castell polychromos. You might rather want to use the Prismacolors or another wax like this one, the Artex or the Colors or Sioux Colors, any of those. Probably almost a waste to go for this. Hey, I wonder, because I like to make things even more complicated. I wonder if I can. This is the silver. Why is that not working? Instead of doing any kind of shading on this, I'm just going to make it a solid silver piece, and then it's kind of shiny. Ooh. And of course, shiny leads to more shiny, leads to more shiny. Ooh, shiny. I like shiny. I've also been thinking about my channel and how I can improve it. And see, that side's darker on the inside part. And there's some things I want to do differently maybe. But if y'all have any ideas that could help me improve my channel, I'd love it. I don't get offended if you say something like, well, you really need to try to do this or that. I'm not going to be offended, because if you're really wanting to help me, then that's what I look at. That is what I look at. And if it's constructive and, you know, kindly said, I'm good with that. I'm really good with that. As if I don't get feedback on how I'm doing in any part of my life, then it's, you know, I'm not going to improve all around as a person. And a lot of things I know what they are that I need to do. There's no doubt about that. I'm very analytical, and that's probably why I'm asking y'all to also be analytical. Now I'm going to take this Mayan violet color. Oh man. So yeah, I appreciate any good solid feedback. Maybe you can point me to some videos that talk about maybe lighting, or because I think my lighting's fine. Shannon came in 2 days ago, I think, and she said, do you know that your picture's fuzzy? And I said, oh, okay, well, how can I fix that? And she jumped right in and said, do this or that, turn off the button or whatever it was. I can't remember now, but I really appreciated that. I was able to fix the problem and just move on. Uh-oh, you know, this was supposed to go on the bottom. Oh well, I'll go over it. And then I'll go over this one. The colors don't match the lid in this particular case. I'm really not sure what some of these are supposed to be. I'm just coloring it horribly. What was I going to get? Well, come on, you can do it. I might do this. Not sure that's going to work very well. It really needs to be something dark. Well, I'm not going to use red. I could use green, I guess. yellow. I'm just trying to, well, I don't think that's going to help either. Oh well. I mess up so you don't have to. Seems like I'm always saying that. See what I did wrong? Okay, now y'all don't do that. I just saved your life. Alrighty, wait a minute now. Wasn't I going to do that here too? Then I can make it shiny here. This is not working that well, but that's okay. I think I will sparkle this part up too. Alright, so we've got all the color on there. Now we're ready to bend it. Get the instructions to make sure we're bending it properly. Okay, so yeah, we bend this here and here. And these get bent, folded, sorry. And then this part is folded. This part. I think here too. I may have to do it this way. Oh, sorry, I'm not in the camera. So I'm just putting this down on the paper and then folding it up where the line just about is. That's always good to do. All right, I need to fold these sides. I feel like I could have taken a little more time or care on some of these, but I was trying to make not a terribly long video. But give you a little taste of how this is, how this works. And I bet if I'm doing it like, well, if I'm folding this under like that, would it be better to fold these down this way? I think that's what it looks like. See right here? It comes up like that. And so these are bent down so they can be glued to the wheels. All right, let me see, what are we going to glue first? This will Okay, let's glue this part first. I wonder if maybe I should go back to using, the idea of using glue is, my God, I want to use glue. I like using these little stickers, and they may not stick as well as glue, but they're certainly less messy. Certainly less messy. Okay. And then it goes under like that. Let's go ahead and put some sticky stuff on that. Somebody's watching me. Get a little more. That is probably too much. But it's probably better to be too much than not enough. Although if you have not enough, you can always add. But if you have too much, you can't always take away. I don't know. Giving out bad advice. Okay. This isn't going to go all the way to the edge. Well, it will. I just gotta push it. Yeah, I know you can drag these along the edge, but it's hard to do that on this little piece. Some of the other pieces in the other buildings, I could do that, but here the pieces are just too small for that. I think probably stick glue, or glue that's in a well, not just the flat kind that you use in school, but the one that's got it's a little tube. It's like this, except a tube. Did I get that in the camera? There we go. Yeah. And in a smaller tube, probably about as big as this marker. Hoping that I'll get this done before my husband comes back from shopping. I think I'm gonna have to, well, go ahead and do it this way too. These, I think I can put this on here without too much trouble. Well, there we go. And I'm going to try to push that up. Yikes. I have to hold it against myself. Push that up. All right. There is the bottom of the train. Pretty cute. Yeah, if I could do it over again, I think I would do it a little differently, but all right, so this is the top part, and then you have, so you're starting to build the smokestack, and then the not the cab, it's the smoke box. I don't know if I've ever called it that. Tinderbox? I don't know. And then the little cab goes on the back of that. So that's kind of what we're aiming for. Now this is supposed to be silver, and I think I'm just going to do silver and not worry about any kind of special shading. I just don't have the time. And this will make it shiny. It's interesting how that I'm almost getting a natural natural lines in here just by going back and forth. Hey, I learned something new, and so did you. So I'm going to leave it like that because I really like that. Let me see now. Then you have this part, which is black, which is much easier to do. I'm using my touch. I was very blessed to be able to buy some touch markers from someone that was just basically downsizing everything, and she said, oh, these are those Shinhan ones. At first I thought, I think those are fancy. Wasn't sure, but I said, thank you so much, you know. And then I got home and looked them up, and I go, oh my goodness. She's so kind. I went to buy something different, and which I did get, and then I asked her about markers. And she said, oh yeah, here's a bunch of markers. And that's where I got the majority of my Ohuhu markers that I have. Some of it I've bought 3 small sets. Is it 3 small sets. I'm trying to think. I think the only set I bought was the pastel set. No, I bought the pastel and the mid-tones. Yeah. And those are the only two. Alright, we've got the smokestack and this part. This part right here is pretty much going to be all black also. But I just need to figure out what I'm going to do with these rivets and things. Probably silver. If I had the time, I'd probably try silver paint. But what I can do is what I did on the wheels, is to use the silver. I think I'm in the camera. Yeah, I'm really being sloppy. I do apologize. If I had people here to chat with, I might take more care. But I just did that. But that's okay, because it is going to be, it's going to be all black there anyway. And also I'm really tired today. This way I can go back. That's the hole that's got to be cut out. I think I'll go ahead and line it with silver too. And then over here, I think I got you in there. See, maybe. Ooh. I'm not sure a real train has silver accents, but mine's going to have it. Okay, could do that, and then put, let me go this way. I think I'm having shadow problems. Maybe it's just me. I love this Sakura Stardust clear. Several people recommended Wink of Stella, and then others would say, no, don't get it. And so I guess either each of them are doing something different than the others, or they got a bad batch. because it's just like that on Amazon too. Okay, now I'm going to take this black. Oh boy, I might use pencil. I'd rather use the black though. This, well, if I ruin it, I ruin it. Oh, why don't we start, you know what? I need to put some right here too. This just will help me keep sections situated or separated. All right, shaky hand. Why don't you take a rest? Ooh. Sorry, I'm so quiet. Just trying not to screw up. Now I think I will. I'll just go back over it with paint pen. I was trying to make you know, little highlights. I can always go back over that with some kind of paint. I think my husband's back. Let me see what time it is. 2. You know, it's about the usual time to come back. My husband always brings his dad, although occasionally he doesn't bring him back. Both our parents live in the same town. Pretty cool. Oh, I'm gonna go ahead and just do this. It's really, I'm gonna cut it away. It'll be fine. It'll be just fine. Remember, I mess up, so you don't have to. Well, that's not exactly what I envisioned, but you know what I'm always saying. It's okay. I'm new to markers and just don't have quite the control of them as I do pencils. But I do enjoy using them as background, you know, covering a great big area with them and then go back over it with pencil. I do really like doing that. Shh, puppy dog. guess I could have done this with pencil, but I'm already going. I may go back over this with a little bit of pencil and fill in some of the gaps. Why don't we leave well enough alone and color this part with the gray. Which may or may not have looked good. Oh, we could always go back over it black anyway. I'm thinking. Oh, well. I'm going to fold these up and put them on the train, the piece of the train that I have, and then I will do the last part off camera, and I'll do a little short to tell you how it went. Gotta look down far to see the line. I'm not sure how I could improve that. Maybe go in here with some black pencil. Not sure. Am I showing my head? Hair? I think it would have been better if I had a bullet tip instead of chisel. But I've got so many markers that I don't feel like I could really buy another set of markers. You know, I just thought of something now that I've done all this. I do have some Ohuhu markers with a chisel, with a bullet tip. I just never remember to use them. All right. I probably need to put them, ouch, in the same bag as the other Ohuhus. Maybe put the touch in their own bag. So if you like little puzzles with tiny fiddly bits and you like to put stuff together, this is for you. Why is my video going slow like that? Anybody know? I just now noticed it. I actually do like putting fiddly things together. I bought my husband a couple of model planes that I put together for him. It's not his thing to put them together. I'm not sure he had any models when he was a kid, other than that were already put together. And I didn't do any models when I was a kid at all, except for some Legos. And then somewhere along the way, I just decided, hey, putting a model together is sort of like making a quilt. Why not try it? Now, I think I'm supposed to cut this out. So I'm going to poke this through. I'm not sure if I like paper models or plastic models better. They both have their drawbacks, and they both have their advantages. So I like them for some reasons. Like the paper model, you still have to deal with glue, but not a ton of glue. Ooh, you know what? I could have just colored over that and not worried about covering those lines. And then I could have just come back in here and go whoosh, right on top. See, I learned something new. Well, we're just going to leave it. Okay, I'm going to fold this over. Yeah, the plastic, you've got to be precise and be careful how much glue you put on. And you've got to let pieces dry before you go on to other pieces. You can't just start putting it together and then I lost my train. I lost my train. Yeah, you can't just go from one thing to the next thing. You got to let stuff dry most of the time. So I guess it's maybe a little more time consuming. But then the payoff in the end is really nice. So, and you have to paint it or put the decals on. And once you know how to do the decals, I mean, you still could mess up, but, you know, if you're just careful. Whereas something like this, you can just re-photocopy a section on your cardstock and, you know, do it over. Whereas with a model, if you screw up a piece of the model, then either you've got to go buy another model, or you know, throw it away, or try to make it right somehow. But then when you see that model, like when you see a quilt being used, or, you know, hanging on a wall, is another nice place for quilts. Then, you know, it brings you great joy. So it takes time and effort to do those things. But once you're done, then it's going to look good. I was hoping to get this bit finished. Gosh, my husband would really ought to be home by now. So besides coloring and possibly model making, or you can say either one or both or whatever, what hobbies do you enjoy? If you're a colorist, you probably like to color, but there might be some other type hobby. Like, I know some of you like the diamond paintings. I bought a diamond painting last year, or maybe earlier this year. I said I'll just buy one small one and see how it is. And I opened up the box and there were these teeny tiny little beads, which what do they call those? Diamonds. Call them the diamonds. I think there's another name too. Drills. That's the word. And I saw those and I thought, So I tried it and I didn't finish the one diamond painting I had, but was I supposed to cut that all the way down? Doesn't say exactly. I don't think you bend those down. No. I think you do fold this around though. Ooh, it's getting cold out there, y'all. This is like getting to be hot chocolate weather. At least here. I'm sure there's other places in the north that have already had their hot chocolate weather for a couple of months, or maybe 1 month. But Texas, you know, last year we had 82 degrees on Christmas Day. I was like, okay, Lord, what are you doing? I mean, just a little bit of cold, not too much. But it was okay. We were able to spend more time outside with family and play basketball or just chat. And you know, it's probably more comfortable without a ton of winter clothes on you. So it was nice. Just strange. Oh, I glued this in the wrong spot. Okay. There's that. Now we're going to bend this part around. We're going to be going camping next week. And we were looking at the weather forecast for those days, and it's going to be quite nippy. But then we like camping in the cooler weather. Not like below freezing or something. We wouldn't do that. But all right, so what you got to do is this part goes inside here. And I guess you glue that. Or if it'd be easier just to put it down the center, pull it through. This is so fiddly, y'all. I'll get it eventually. Okay. Alright, that's how you're gonna be. If that's how you're gonna be. That is how you're gonna be. I heard a car door. But the dogs have not started barking. There they are. Scared me to blessed death. Okay, what you're supposed to do is stick this inside here.
I got you some, you're not gonna left your line.
Yes, just hang on. Okay, you're supposed to stick this inside here. Fold this over. So you're gonna glue this to this and this inside here. And then you're gonna glue this inside here. Probably want to do that first. I might try doing it that way. Anyhow, I will finish that up and do a little short video on it. So y'all have a great day. I'll see you later. Thanks for watching. Remember to like and share.